Whether in Corktown, whether anywhere in the city, you need to get around. We know one of the biggest problems here in Detroit, one of the biggest challenges is that we don't have the ability to do that. 1/3 of the people in our city don't have access to cars. Well, Idea Market is going to tackle that. And joining us, Bill Thomason and Nima Adalkhani.
Good.
All right,
Perfect.
nailed it. First of all, just tell us what Idea Market is. This had its genesis in San Francisco. This came from the America Online creator, Steve Case, right?
He's our lead investor. The company's co-founded with Bill Gross of Idea Lab. And really what we are is a marketplace where we match investors, money, and ideas to entrepreneurs.
All right, and in Detroit, you're focusing on the transportation dilemma that we had. Of course, it was featured nationwide when we had the poor guy that was walking 13 miles to and from his workplace every day. Why did you choose public transportation? Was that the inspiration, or you're a former Detroiter, you just knew that's what we needed?
Well, actually, it's one of 6 challenges that we've identified. So we've identified 6 areas. Transportation is one. The other, education, health, and safety are among these 6. But the transportation was being done first because that's the one that we saw the community wanted first.
And that was the feedback that you were getting?
Yes.
So you're going to be soliciting ideas for people sitting out there to say, look, I've been dealing with this. I think I've got a solution. What should they do?
It's really simple. They can go to Idea Market and apply, submit their idea. We'll be taking applications for the next 90 days. And then in January, we're going to pick a team to hopefully come here and establish a new business, or it could be locals. And they'll receive funding and all kinds of cool stuff to get started.
Who are you looking for? You're looking for people that are professionals or people that might be transportation engineers? What are you looking for?
We're looking for smart, innovative, talented people. Don't care what their background is. The BP oil spill was solved by a guy in a tattoo parlor. So we think that ideally the solution is out there somewhere to Detroit's transportation problem.
All right, and for folks out there that may find the notion of getting up in front of somebody and presenting these concepts, what do they need to do? What kind of a presentation do you want to see? How involved? The multimedia? What will knock your socks off?
I mean, ideally, you should have a vision, have technical skills to be able to execute in that vision, and you can submit that online through a deck. And then we have a panel of experts, including the investors, who are going to evaluate the winning team. And then the team is picked in January. We have a network of about 300 mentors in San Francisco that are going to support the team. The team will actually come to San Francisco to be infused in what I call the spirit of Silicon Valley. But the goal really is for them to relocate here and set up shop and really become part of the community. And that's, I think, the biggest thing we want to communicate is that this challenge is really designed for the community of Detroit, for all the citizens that are struggling getting to work, and we want to help them to get there safely and efficiently.
And in terms of what I would need to do, let's say I'm going to be one of the guys that pitches it. Do I need to be prepared to leave my job to join the team, or is this something that I could do in addition to? I mean, some folks don't want to derail their careers or take a leave of absence. So how would that work?
I think, no, we definitely want you to be on this full time. In San Francisco, we tend to work 70, 80 hours a week. But ultimately, yeah, you should be able to commit full time, and you'll have funding which will allow you to get to a prototype or a minimal viable product. And you probably will need to raise more money. But the goal really is to have a team, start a new business, commit full time, and then start building. So
the idea of putting together the concept, the clock starts now, 90 days until you begin to vet these ideas in January, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It goes live tomorrow at the Economy.
Thunderclap.
Yeah.
Thunderclap.
Oh, and we're doing a Thunderclap, which is awesome.
Okay.
So what that is a group tweet.
Okay.
Tomorrow, over 1 million people are going to see this challenge go live. And so if you're out there, check out Thunderclap. Move Detroit Forward is the hashtag, and we look forward to having awesome ideas submitted.
All right, very good. We will put all of that on our Live in the Day Facebook page, also at clickondetroit.com, so you can get to the Idea Market. Guys, thanks for being with us. You've moved home.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be back.
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Thanks so much, Brad.